Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into episode number 46 of the Zoomer Sports Radio. And today is our Glenbard West State and Season Review podcast. And I'm joined by a couple of special guests. I'm joined by All-State academic team and All-State basketball player, plus All-Conference Princeton commit Caden Pierce, as well as three-point specialist, number 25 in the Glenbard West Hilltoppers, Jack Cardwell. And then all-energy team and all-conference member, Ryan Renfro.
How you doing, Rudy?
Good. How are you, Renfro? Eating
Thanks
those Lucky Charms there.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
How you guys doing today on this fine Saturday evening?
Never better.
Doing great. I just woke up from a nap, feeling refreshed, so ready to go.
Now, everyone in Glen Ellen knows you as the celebrities who finally brought a state championship to Glen Ellen. So basically, what we want to figure out is, when did you guys start playing together and how did you develop this great team chemistry?
Yeah, I think we started playing together around 4th or 5th grade is when I joined Titans. I remember Jack Cardwell pulling up in the orange LeBrons with the knee-high orange. Renfro would always throw the full court pass and then hold his arms up. So I think it started around 4th or 5th grade for most of us. And I think just repping over through the years, continuing to play together, working on our game outside of just the season, really developed our chemistry and helped us in the long run.
Yeah, I also feel, with us being teammates since, 4th or 5th grade, like we all became really close friends, like early and quick. So, hanging outside of practice, outside of school also plays a role in how we built team chemistry over the years as well.
What were the vibes going into the season? Was it like state champs or bust, or a one-game approach at a time? Because last year was a very spectacular year. You guys lost one game and tied for the conference title. And you guys could have went on a state run last year if there was a state tourney. So what was the vibes coming into the season?
Well, coming off of last year, we knew we had a big goal in mind. It was all in the back of our head. We never really discussed it till coach made us write down our goals. But I mean, like open gyms before the season, we would really work each other. And, coming off the first tryout, we were all really focused. So we did take a one at a game time approach, but we knew that it would eventually lead to that end goal.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say it was a state or bust mentality. Yeah. I think kind of playing one game at a time, just enjoying the last season we had together as seniors. And obviously we all wanted to win state, and that was the huge goal in the end. But I don't necessarily it would have been considered a bust season if we hadn't have won state.
How helpful was Coach O been in this process? Because I've never heard a single player say anything bad about him. Oh, you guys seem to love him. The community loves him. Seems like the type of coach every player wants to play for one day. So how did Coach O help this team achieve that ultimate goal of the state title?
Coach O has been bought in with everybody and bought in with this group of kids for a very long time. I remember Coach O being at the same summer camps that I was, starting as early as 4th grade. And he worked with me, and Coach Hoder worked with me, 4th grade through all the way through senior in high school. And I just thought, building a connection, he built great connections with all the players, and he great friendships with all the players, and he wanted to make us succeed. So I thought he was the perfect coach, and no one else could fill his shoes just like he did.
Yeah, I think he was my coach for 4 years all throughout high school. He started as a sophomore coach when I was up on sophomore, and then transitioned to varsity my sophomore year. And I think what's so great about him is he's really a player's coach. He instills a lot of confidence in you. And I think he really values his players' opinions, and he really just is curious about how you're feeling. He'll tailor the practice plan towards if you're feeling sore, if your legs are feeling more fresh. And I think that just shows how great of a coach he is, because he cares about his players, and it's not just kind of a dictatorship like other coaches may be.
Also agree. He was very bought in, and I mean, even like during school. Sorry, none of y'all mentioned like you kind of just talked like on the court and stuff. I'd say like even off the court too. He was trying to set us up in the right positions, and I just wanted to mention that because like me and Caden had study hall with him. I mean, first semester and like hang out with him before the season. He would give us good advice. We'd watch some game film, just and build like a better relationship. So yeah, he's a really great coach.
You guys steamrolled past the competition at the beginning of the season in the District 87 tournament. Just when you like came out for that first game, I believe it was South, and Beaster was packed like sardines in there. Never seen it like that. What feeling did you like come over you at that moment? Like, oh my God, we are actually this, the community is this bought in on us. We have a chance to do something really special.
For me, I remember the night before the first game, being a little antsy and like excited to play on the court in front of, packed house for the first time, because with last year, we were limited to 2 tickets per player. So just like our parents going to the game. So like probably 20 people versus, 3,000. Like if it was a packed gym, I think it's around 3,000, but playing in that kind of atmosphere, obviously I was nervous at first, but once I started playing and, getting that first bucket and stuff and just hearing the crowd, it felt awesome and definitely unforgettable for me.
Yeah, I would say when we first ran out that first game with Run This Town on the speakers, it definitely gave me goosebumps. The crowd went crazy. I think we ran through like the little cheerleader tunnel. That was a surreal moment because we've all dreamt for this for so long, and it was just kind of amazing to see it come into fruition.
You got I didn't know if you were going to say something, Renfro.
Big word. Just laughing.
Your first big test of the season was Glenbrook South at Ridgewood. Obviously, they got great players. Nick Martinelli coming to Elon, RJ Davis, a junior, and Cooper Nord, Caden's AAU teammate. And that was a very tough game. You guys you went on a run in the second quarter. Looked like you're going to blow them out, but they just got back in and you end up winning by, it was one of 3 games that were decided by single digits that you guys played. So what did that game mean to the team? Like, how did you guys execute and go and beat those guys?
That game was tough for us. It was a weird game. It was on a Sunday, like the middle of the day. So typically our rest day, and it was just kind of an odd situation to be in, but I think it really pushed us and it made us better throughout the season. Like you said, they clawed back, and it really was our first true test of adversity that we had faced in the season. And I think it definitely made us better because without that, we wouldn't have been as prepared for Champaign. But yeah, I mean, I guess they were coming back. Cooper Nord was hitting bombs from Mars. I mean, I guess that's how you beat a 1-3-1 zone. But I mean, yeah, it was a great game overall.
Yeah, I'd like to add on, Kate was talking about how games like that were preparing us for Champaign, but that's all thanks to, Coach O making the toughest regular season schedule possible for us. Without that type of schedule, playing such highly top-ranked teams in the state and even Sierra Canyon from California, we wouldn't have been as prepared as we were for Champaign, so it all paid off for sure.
You guys ever feel pressured to have this always win mentality, and were there any distractions you guys had to overcome?
Staying off Twitter and not reading any of the comments and any Instagram posts. Cause I mean, I would sometimes find myself scrolling through some of these things on TikTok. I'd see some stuff and I'd even make jokes along with it on Zoomer's account. But I'd say just not giving in to what people have to say because they weren't there for the off season. They don't know what we can accomplish. So definitely.
They missed Summer Renfro.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part was definitely media coverage. It seemed like every single day there was some new article coming out on us saying we were undefeated or we could be the first undefeated team since 1993 or whatever. And I think
that you're a big Dartmouth recruit.
Yeah, right. Big Dartmouth golf recruit. Golf recruit.
Not a true guard.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I think just that pressure of the media was definitely our biggest obstacle, I would say, off the court. Just kind of having to overcome those expectations. But I think just we did a good job of just taking it one game at a time and really working hard every day in practice to prepare us for games.
Similar talking point here is, like, what was the biggest adversity your team had to overcome this season or in the high school level in general?
Well, I could say something about, our first loss when we went to Wintrust. That game did feel like a state championship, a bunch of us, and the ride back was kind of tough, but it just took a lot to bounce back from that loss and get our confidence back. I remember we had Hinsdale the next week, and we were feeling like a little tired after that. And, it's just about bringing it back together and remembering what's really right, because that game wasn't a part of our goal. But
leading up to that Wintrust game versus Cedar Canyon, we tried super hard, to focus on the opponent that was before them and focus on, like Caden said, one game at a time. But, taking a bus up there to DePaul, like going through their college facilities, having practice on a college court, and then playing in front of sold out Wintrust Arena versus, LeBron James Jr. and Amari Bailey and other great Division I recruits was just a great moment. But it also, like I said earlier, pushed us to make us better. But that loss, I think, really pushed us and made us better. So I thought that game was a really good thing for us, for sure.
Where were the nerve levels at for you, Jack, during that game? Like, you get on the court, you hit a quick three right away, you're up, you're ready to go. And just what were you thinking then?
Yeah. Before that game, we were all saying, we got nothing to lose. It's time to go, prove to everyone that we can play with anybody in the country and play with anybody in the state of Illinois. But going on that court and the first possession I'm in, catching a pass, I think, from Caden after a double team, take one dribble, beyond past NBA range, hit a shot, felt great. Confidence was through the roof. And it was one of the funnest games I've ever played in, for sure. I'll never forget it. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, for me, I know this sounds crazy, and I'm still struggling with fighting the switch between being nervous and being excited because of the thing. But that game for me, I didn't feel any pressure, and it was weird because I dealt with that on the tiniest games sometimes, like Glenbard South, Glenbard East, the Glenbard tournament. I was more nervous for that, and that's confusing, but I was just so ready to play for that, and it was such a fun time. It was one of the best games I've played in too. I would agree.
I would say that for me, I would say the nerves. I was more nervous in the locker room just beforehand because you're just thinking about it, thinking about the game. Yeah, the cheeks were pumping, but I just think that means I'm ready to play. So I wouldn't attribute that to nerves. Actually, that probably was nerves a little bit. But then once I got on the court, I think that once we took the court for warm-ups, I think all my nerves kind of left me. And then same kind of for Champaign a little bit. Because I think that it's just at that point, it's just a matter of that's what I play basketball for. That's the biggest stage. And that's kind of a dream come true. So that's all the hard work that I've done throughout my life has kind of led up to that moment in those big games. So I think I kind of found a sense of comfortability in that aspect.
That third quarter of the Sierra game, you guys got down, Sierra went on a run. What was said in the huddle to get you guys back into the game, claw you guys back? Because Andrew's big and one, I thought, was the turning point in the momentum to get you guys back into that game.
The whole time, I remember we were sitting there and coaches just telling us we got this, we got to go now. And he kind of understood. He wasn't yelling at us for the mistakes I feel like most coaches would do, but he was just kind of giving us confidence and motivation. And I thought that was really cool on his part.
The message that I took in the middle of the third quarter, I was just I looked around at the crowd and I was just I'm probably never going to have this experience ever again in my life. So why not just give it my all and leave everything I have on the court?
Yeah, I remember in, the huddle in that third quarter, like even like Ryan said, we weren't getting yelled at. We weren't like Coach O wasn't getting mad at us. I think he even smiled and like said like, "You guys having fun" or something like that. I remember him saying something.
Yeah.
He just wanted to make sure, this, because he knew this experience was unbelievable. So I think, just like I said earlier, having that nothing to lose mentality, just kind of pushed us. And Andrew's big and one was huge too for us as well.
And I'd say the bench's energy during that game. I mean, if you were to watch the live stream, like they're standing up every play. They have guys chirping the other team, and it was just such a fun environment to be around as a team because I feel like it brought us really close together.
Not only that, you had the best fan section I've ever seen for a high school sporting event with the green out behind Sierra or your guys' basket for the second half. Like they were chirping Amari and Amari was chirping them back. Just obviously at the end of the game when they all came over, like there was discrepancies there, but just how would you like thank this support of the Glenbard West student body and the community for that game?
Yeah, they were great.
Oh, go ahead, Cade. You got it.
All right.
You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Like Cade said earlier, or Caden and Renfro said earlier about the Glenbard tournament, just having the whole community behind our back and then having the whole Glenbard West student section fill up that whole row and then having the parent section, it kind of just felt like, most, if not all of Illinois was rooting for us. And I feel like we did a great job and fought as best we could to make and represent Illinois. So I thought we did a great job with that. And the support was unbelievable.
Dude, I couldn't tell you how many people were like messaging me before the game and, saying like, good luck, bro. I love you so much. Like, this is what you worked for. Like, go out and get it. Like, it was just that. It just felt it was so cool. I was getting goosebumps just the whole time, but I was also trying to stay focused. Like, it was kind of hard to balance that, but.
Yeah, the fans were great the whole season. Not just the Wintrust game, but like Jack said, the first games of the season and then all the way to Champaign. Looking up in like the nosebleeds where they stuck like the non-75 students in the front row, I could see bogus. Like tons of Glenbard West fans, and that just meant so much to us to have the whole community and the whole school just supporting us.
I got a surprise for you guys and the audience. We have a special guest who's joining us right now. He is known as the man himself, Chicago Sun-Times Player of the Year. Braden Huff is joining mid-podcast. Braden, what's up?
What's up?
We're just talking about the ending of the Sierra Canyon game here, and just what was going through your mind when Matoyer hit that shot to end the game.
What a positive first question.
What?
This is a fan segment question, by the way. This is one of the fan segment ones.
Yeah, this is a tough one to start on, but it all kind of happened in slow motion. Bailey kind of drove down the lane and kicked it out, and as he shot it, I was under the hoop, and it looked like it was online. I'm like, of course it's gonna end this way, and of course he hit the shot. They celebrated, and everyone was kind of in awe. But so it hurt, and to lose like that after coming back was definitely tough. But I think we used it as motivation and just used it to improve for later in the season.
So you guys, obviously great team chemistry. Who would you consider like the glue guy of the squad who got the team going, always like kept everyone in check and made sure everyone was doing their job? And who was the glue guy?
Can I take this one?
Yeah, of course, Renfro.
I was asking the guys because they were probably going to say the same exact thing, except for Caden, because he was definitely the glue guy for our squad. Like, the amount of focus and like during the locker rooms, he was never goofing off. He was always, one goal, and even during practice, just helped leading our defense if we had any questions. Like, he knew every position on every single play, and I'd definitely say on the court too, handling that press. Sierra Canyon has one of the toughest presses in the nation, and having him take the ball up for us was massive. And I mean, not even that, but other games where teams would press us heavy. So, I mean, definitely outstanding leadership. He would help us stay together during tough times.
Yeah, I think everyone and the whole team played a big role in keeping everyone together. But like Ryan said, I think Cade, complete floor general, knew every position on offense, knew how the other team's offense was going to work, and predicted them on defense. Nation's leader in kickballs per game, probably. Yeah, I think Ryan too, big energy guy, and just kept everyone wanted to push everyone, and yeah, just stuff like that. Everything mattered. Every little detail did. Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan. The funny thing is, I was gonna say you. So.
Oh.
Because I mean, you're just you do all the little things. It's time to gas you up a little bit. You do all the little things. You fight for every offensive rebound. Take charges. You do the things that don't show up.
Nation's leader in charges, right there, Ryan Renfro.
Yeah, right. He does he impacts the game beyond the stat sheet. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Braden Huff. I mean, he's not a glue guy at all. He just goes out there and scores points. I'm just kidding. I mean, he's all right.
What's up, Mom? Yeah, I'm in a Zoomer Sports interview. Believe it or not.
What's up, Mrs. Huff?
Don't cut that out.
What? I'm okay. I can text you.
I will not.
Nah, but I mean,
hey, you guys want to put this in there?
I appreciate that.
We're gonna keep that.
No. All right. See ya. All right. Sounds good. My mom says hello to all you guys.
What's up, Mrs. Huff?
Well, Mrs.
Huff. Okay, right. So I mean, I appreciate that a lot, guys. But I mean, as a team standpoint, I mean, everyone just kind of stuck us together well, and I think everyone fit a puzzle piece that without them, it wouldn't be the same exact team. Yeah. So I mean, each individual player did their own role of being a glue guy in each every different way. So I'd say everyone had their own role when it came to being a glue guy.
Yeah, except me. I think this compliment circle is cute and all, but yeah, no, Caden and Renfro are definitely big glue guys for our team, and did a great job of kind of keeping us together, and just Cade with his knowledge, and then Renfro with his energy was a good combination, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, I do wish I transferred and didn't have to play with these guys, but it is what it is.
So you guys ended up running through the rest of the competition to make until playoffs, and there was one little, I wouldn't say hiccup because you still won by 12, but the LT game on the road, crazy atmosphere. There was about 2 minutes left. You guys were only up 2. Was there any nervous that we might lose this game? I mean, who was it? Tavari Johnson's a great player going to Akron. What was going on during that game? Was that LT's best game and you guys just weren't didn't really show up that great? Braden?
I was never really worried because Caden was cooking the whole game. I knew he had
5 for 5 in the first quarter.
Every time
3 for 4, but yeah.
Every time LT hit a shot, he would respond, and to have your point guard, who's not a true point guard, but I guess we'll call him a point guard, make plays like that in a big game when it's down the stretch, it definitely calmed everyone else down, and yeah, I knew he was gonna carry us on his back in that game. So
yeah, Caden, you like to be the villain?
It's kind of fun, if I'm being honest. It was such a cool game just because they brought out, it seemed like their whole school was there, and they clearly were feeding off that energy. I swear they hit their first 10 threes, it seemed like, but even in the first quarter they were hitting everything, and I was never really that worried because you're never going to shoot 80% from 3 the whole game. So I just kind of felt like if we just continue to play our game, we'll work things out. And I think we had some big plays down the stretch. I think Braden had a good and one off a baseline play that kind of settled us down late in the fourth quarter when I think it was a 2-point game. And then, we came out with the win. We hit free throws when we needed to.
Yeah, that's when we got at free throws.
We got stops when we needed to. It was definitely one of the most fun games on the season.
Regional final game. You guys are against York. I forget what the halftime score was, but it was like 30-2 or something, 30-4, some crazy. Last home game at Beaster. How special was it to blow out arguably our biggest rival, York, and then cut down that net at home in front of our home crowd?
That was probably like the first memorable part of the playoffs for me. And so, knowing that we had 5 more games after that, it was kind of just, we were celebrating. We were really happy about it, but we had bigger plans for ourselves. But it was also cool to kind of take it in because our whole community was just so supportive, and it was so awesome to see. And then also to just have all your all of us together, because we're all good friends, and it was a really cool moment to cut down our first net of the playoffs.
Yeah, I think before every game, Coach O has a speech to motivate us. And I remember Coach O and Coach Hoder talking about how important and how to cherish the memory of, your last home game in Beaster. So I think, being up, like you said, 41-4 at halftime versus a rival with the whole community of Glen Ellen, seeing you cut down the nets at the end of the game is just a perfect way to end our Beaster Gymnasium career.
That had to have been very bittersweet, as much as pretty much everything that playoff run was probably bittersweet, as it's officially over now, but you guys won it. But so you guys beat Larkin at NIU. Bobby hit a crazy half quarter, but at halftime, I believe it was a very close game. What was going on that first half?
I think it was just a defensive kind of adjustment that we made at halftime. They were hitting really tough shots. In our 1-3-1, we want to make teams like 2-point shooting teams in a way. We want to make them, because, mid-range jump shot contested is probably the hardest shot in football, like a pull-up mid-range, especially when you got 6'8" Ryan Renfro in your face. He's a really intimidating guy. But they were hitting those tough shots. And I think we were kind of just thinking, if we continue to play our game and just get one stop and one score to start the half, the game would open up. And I think we did do that. We had a nice give and go play to Braden to start the half. He got a nice roll, and I think we got a charge or a stop on the other end. And then I think the rest is history.
And I'd also say when you have good leaders like Caden bringing the team together near tough situations, like seriously, he was calling plays for us. He was telling coach what we need to run. I think that's very crucial, because he does a good job of seeing what's on the floor and communicating that with our coach, and that helped a lot. And then Braden was just feasting down low, and that was very helpful because we could just give him the ball and he would give us some productivity. So
yeah.
Damari, go ahead, Braden. Go ahead.
My fault. No, I was going to talk. Yeah, Larkin had really good guard play. Obviously, Wheeler was cooking in the first half. So he was an issue, but the adjustments Coach O made at halftime, and he talks to us, asks us what we see on the court, and as we talk about, Caden's really good at talking about what he sees up top and communicating what he wants us to do, and Coach lets us know what he wants to do, and we kind of talk about it and made some adjustments, and we figured we'd try and force others to make plays and make them take tough contested twos, and it worked out in the second half, and it was a good adjustment for sure.
I think you should go talk to him, Caden.
Yeah, I think I should go talk to him. Aaron?
So you get the victory on Monday against Larkin. Thursday after third period, you guys leave to go downstate, What did you guys do to prepare once you left on that charter bus down I believe Normal right away that like most of the fans and community don't know about? They know about you just walking in those doors on Friday to play Bolingbrook, but what happened those like 24 hours in between?
Before we got on the bus, I remember, we got Joy Bar smoothies and had to grab bags from the athletic office, and then to see all of our parents standing outside clapping for us was just super cool. And again, having the whole community behind us was awesome. But that whole bus ride, it was long. I remember I took a nap and then we woke up, or at least I woke up, and we were at Bradley University, and we had about an hour, 15-hour, 30-minute practice, and just to get used to, the college court, and then toured the facilities at Bradley, which was cool as well. And then we got to a barbecue place, ate some lunch, talked about, this whole weekend, how fun it's going to be, and then got to the hotel, chilled, got dinner, and then we went to a Scales Mound game. No, was it still? Yeah, Scales Mound game.
Let's go.
Mound play, and just a chill night, and just wanted to, kind of lay low and get ready for Friday, which was super fun. The whole weekend was awesome.
Yeah, I'd also say like the bus, nobody was really on their phones too much. We were playing Name That Tune on the way there. Everyone was involved, and just like, we were taking it in. We were really focused during the practices, but when we were off the court, we were kind of just relieving the nerves a bit with each other, and we were just having a great time together. And after the Bolingbrook game, we went to that steakhouse. Coach took us to a steakhouse. I don't think he knew it was a steakhouse too. So the school they paid for all our meals. That was really awesome. And just like the whole time, we had famous alumni on the team send us videos hyping us up before the game, and it was just, we were all trying to take it in. It was really special.
Who were that famous alumni? Like Evan, a kid named Justin Pierce, Caden, you might know him.
Ooh.
Yeah, they had Evan Taylor, they had Sherna, and then they had the captain of the 1973 team. And for people who don't know, that was the first. And like, how many teams have won conference? 3?
So before 2016, 1973 was the first.
So just you guys, Justin, Alec Passy, and 1973.
Yeah, and the 20-toppers.
Yeah, the 2021 Hilltoppers too. So don't forget them. Special team.
Well, I consider that part of you guys because you guys were the core of that too, along with Ada Murphy, Danny Mulcair, Troy Glover, to name a few.
Like that, Honest Alzami. Sorry.
Fernandez.
Sorry.
You were talking about Renfro earlier about the Bolingbrook game. What went well, what didn't go well that game, but Bobby Durkin was phenomenal that game. Tied the state record for most threes in a state semifinal game. Just how big was he in that matchup?
Dude, he was huge for us. Getting off ball reversals, Bolingbrook's a really fast team. They're really skilled, and so to have him on offense for us, lighting him up the court, and I think the fans cheering Bobby buckets, or they were chanting Dirty Durkin. I think that perfectly describes it. So.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Braden. Go ahead with your glasses.
Yeah, Bobby is what went well for us. In every shot he took, we just had the ball.
Is he lagging?
Yeah, you're lagging.
I don't know if he's lagging or like purposely doing it.
Every time I looked, he was open.
He's definitely doing it on purpose.
Bro, take off the filter.
I don't know.
It's not a filter.
Oh, I thought it was a filter.
Those are real glasses, right, bro?
Bro, is it good? Is it good? Can you guys
Those are
hear me?
real glasses.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm good. All right. No, Bobby's what went right for us. Made every shot, and gosh, all credit to that man. What a great guy.
Yeah, it made our job easy on offense. We just we were working the ball a little bit, and then it would somehow end up in his hands, and he was wide open, and then he would just make a shot, and we go back and play defense, and then it seems like we did it again next possession. So.
And then also on defense, I feel like an underrated part of Bobby that nobody talks about is how many tips, deflections, and steals he was getting. And I mean, we make jokes about tips, deflections, and steals, but I actually mean that with him because on the wing, he would start so many. He would tip the ball, or he would tip the ball, that I would just pick up the ball and then throw in transition. I think Bobby did such a good job with getting his arms out, getting his feet ready for tips, deflections, and steals. So.
The Bobby transfer to Glenbard West, did you guys plan that for him to come from Hinsdale South?
Actually, not at all. He just kind of showed up. Well, we saw on Twitter that he was transferring, and we're all. I mean, I know I was super excited, but I think that his addition was obviously a huge help. But I think it was just such a seamless transition on the basketball court with how he plays and how we play. And he definitely made our team a lot better.
Yeah, even though this is Bobby's first year playing with us, it kind of felt like, he fit everyone's play style, and his play style fit everyone super well. And he kind of just, fit like a perfect glove, I guess. And just really complimented us in many ways, and just a great addition to our team for sure.
And I'd say, even coming in when he first transferred, he was very humble with us. He wasn't cocky at all. And I mean, that's just the guy he is. He's very respectful, and he's a good guy. So, I mean, him being like that was very helpful.
Yeah, he was right away. Everyone kind of took him under their wings and was really, really was really nice to him. And he's a good guy, like I said, and really humble, and didn't expect a certain amount of shots, or didn't expect this or that. He just came in ready to work, and with one goal, and that was to win. And I think he was the perfect fit for our team, and with what we wanted to accomplish. So we didn't know he was going to transfer, but now seeing everything he did for us, it was awesome.
We all know Bobby's a man of many words. I would like to call him the quiet sniper, the quiet assassin, silent assassin. Because, I mean, obviously, arguably, he came in and he was the best shooter on the team. He just brought a lot in. Great leadership. Do we have any college updates for him?
I mean, he's kind of a ghost. So
yeah, he's quiet. He's quiet.
the silent assassin.
Yeah.
I think I'm left on about a week and a half Snapchat. So, I mean, he could be out of the country right now and nobody would know.
No, I saw him at home.
For real.
No, he's
he can play wherever he wants.
If you ask him, he's not gonna give you much. And I don't think it's because he's just quieter. I think it's just because he doesn't want to come off as arrogant or cocky, and that's kind of who he is. And he does, and so he just kind of keeps that stuff to himself, and it's just kind of the guy he is. So it'll be. I don't think we'll know anything until he commits.
Yeah, you could, as short as his time at Glenbard West has been, you could argue him as the most liked person in our entire school. But as we go back now to basketball, what did Coach O say in that locker room before the state championship game on Saturday?
So before the season, every one of us filled out a sheet of paper of team goals and individual goals. So Coach O actually he held on to those papers, and in the locker room, he passed out all the papers to us and made us read it. And on the very first line for the team goals was to win state. And Coach O has great speeches before every game to, get us pumped up and motivated. But seeing those papers and seeing everyone write win state is just all right, let's go finish this and get the job done and enjoy the last game together, which was very bittersweet, but we did it on a great note.
Yeah, the game ahead of us went into double overtime.
What were you guys doing in the tunnel for that all that long?
Yeah, so we were we stretched out. We got warmed up. We warmed up like middle of the fourth quarter of that game. So we were ready to go out, and then boom, overtime. So we're like, all right, we're gonna go sit in the locker room. And then I remember the first overtime actually went by pretty fast. And then we're like, all right, finally we're gonna go run out. Boom, second overtime. And then at that point, like we were just trying to not go insane and sitting in the locker room. So Coach O hit us with some groundbreaking stuff. He asked, is the sky really blue or is it just a reflection off of the sea?
Ooh.
I still don't understand.
I still lose sleep thinking about it.
Yeah, no. We were also talking about, is water wet? Are you a middle brownie or an edge brownie kind of guy?
Yeah, Moody, what are you?
I feel like a nice middle is the best.
Yeah, yep.
Who is an edge brownie? Caden, you an edge brownie?
Yeah, I'm an edge brownie.
I'm an edge brownie. I'm
Edge
easily
brownie
an edge
too.
brownie.
Moody.
Gotta be an edge
Thank
brownie.
you. Moody, great answer. I knew I liked
Braden,
What an answer.
there's a reason we're culinary
Brayden,
partners.
take off the glasses.
Exactly.
There's a podcast called Zoomer Sports, Zoomer Sports, that covers Glenbard West. And I learned, so he's got a class he's taking, Mrs. McBride's 7th period culinary class. He's one of the best cooks. He's there with his group members, Bella and Andrew. Loves cooking as much as he does basketball.
Look at this personality though that Gonzaga's getting next year. Like, look, he's a class act, man. He should be number 1 on the list just based on this interview.
Yeah, he's really respecting other people's eyesight. Those really calm glasses.
You know, Braden coming off of Jared McCain's new commit, you know, because he was deciding between Gonzaga. What's going through your thoughts? Like, what's on your mind about that?
I hope he picked a good school. Hope he picked the right fit for him, and I'm happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, congrats.
Yeah, Braden, I have a question for you. Do you know what your roommate status is looking like next year?
Bobby Durkin.
Right now I'm the only freshman committed. We got big announcement Monday, I think. I think that's the date. So hopefully I can find out another roommate I might have Monday.
What's the announcement?
Would you like to leak it here right on Zoomer Sports Radio?
Well, so
no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, Anthony Black is committing Monday, but I don't know where he's going. So it's not anything to be leaked. Just old news kind of.
Good luck.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
All right, let's go back to that state game. We got thrown off just like you guys did by those 2 overtimes. But so you guys, I felt like Paxton was a huge role. We've barely talked about him. He's just as needed on this team as all of you guys. He had I feel like a great state championship game after coming off a not so good state semifinal game, which Big Tim in the press conference just obliterated him for, just put him on the spot. So, but I thought Paxton, just talk about Paxton's role with this team and how what you guys were thinking those first couple of quarters against Whitney Young.
Yeah, Paxton, I mean, he's kind of always had that underdog mentality. I think he's kind of been undervalued and underappreciated by a lot of people outside of our program. I think everyone on the team really understands how good he is as a player and how much he does for the team. And, he's definitely got the worst job on the defense, having to play the tail, running from baseline to baseline. But yeah, he had a great game, and he definitely got us going with his shooting early. And I mean, that layup at the end of the game was probably the nicest move I've seen all season. But yeah, I mean, he really helped us out that game.
Yeah, his
go ahead.
No,
you want to go?
You go.
Okay. Just like Cade was saying, super under the radar, and he puts in a lot of work. I remember me and him would always go to Hell Track before the season and lift and shoot around together. And even at Illinois, he got to play in front of Trent Frazier and Kofi. So to put on a show and on his future home court in front of his possible future teammates was awesome for him, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'd say I'm just really proud of where he's come as a player, because me and him, we're on the same Mercury Elite squad, 16U, and he told me he really wanted it, and I'm like super proud of him for accomplishing such an amazing season for himself. He set big goals beginning of the season, and he accomplished most of them, and I couldn't be more proud. So
yeah, Paxton's a dog. He'll do so many things for us. He'll score, he'll defend, and talk a little trash. He's got that edge to him. So he's a great player, and he's got that chip on his shoulder. So getting to play with him ever since 5th, 6th grade has been so much fun.
So what was the game plan against Whitney Young? Obviously, you had beat them earlier handedly in the beginning of the season, but they're still a very athletic team with Dalen Davis, Miami commit AJ Casey, NIU commit Xavier Ramos, and Daniel Johnson. Just what was the game plan to attack them and exploit their weaknesses?
Yeah, so I think defensively, our biggest area of concern was just because, like you said, they're a really big and athletic team. So I think our biggest area of concern was just offensive rebounding for them, defensive rebounding for us. I think that's where they get a lot of their offense coming from. They offensive rebound really well, and they're really big and athletic and can go get the ball. So I think just boxing out and finding bodies was really huge for us. And we made some defensive adjustments. That day we put in a new defense for when Jack and Andrew came in the game to kind of, because the previous game when Jack and Andrew would go in the game, they would post them up on the block. And so we switched things up, went to a 1-2-2 when they were in the game, put them at the point of that. And I think that really gave us an advantage.
Good answer, Cade.
Thanks.
So you guys, the buzzer goes off. You guys were all pulled onto the bench by Apoka as the second team was thrown on to the court. I want to know what was rushing through all your guys' minds as you guys finally finished the job, got that state title. You guys wrote down at the beginning of the season of what you wanted to accomplish. Just what was your emotions going through, and what'd you guys do right after the game on the court?
I remember even like before the buzzer, like the fourth quarter, we were up by a decent bit. We were in the driver's seat, and I remember thinking like, okay, you got to push through it. You got like one more quarter. Don't start celebrating yet. It's not over. But I didn't think I would burst into tears the way I did out of the game, coming off, just looking over, seeing my parents like smiling for me when those last 2 minutes, looking around at my teammates, just like knowing that we like accomplished something we've talked about for so long. So, I mean, just like to finally have that feeling of relief and get the stress off your shoulders. I mean, it was the coolest moment. I can't describe what I was feeling.
Yeah. Getting subbed out at the end of the game, hugging the coaches and hugging all the players. I was crying. Everyone was, except for Caden and Braden. I guess they didn't care as much as, all of us. But like Ryan said,
I got great shots of both Jack and Renfro crying down on the court.
Are you going to insert those?
Yes, I'm going to insert those.
Like I said, we've been talking about it for so long. Just finally winning and completing the job was awesome. And like Ryan said, seeing all of our parents and hugging all of our parents and stuff. And then we all made a couple talks together and celebrated a little bit. And me some turtlenecks, sunglasses. It was just super fun to be with for one more.
And I'd say just like now, like waking up, saying like we're the number one team. I'd say it's really cool.
Was there any we've already talked about, like, mentioned this, but what was the bittersweetness? Like, when did it hit you that this was our last game, but we went out with the bang? Did that thought even come across to you as if you were like in the press conference or in the locker room after game, or when we were all messing around on the court after?
Honestly, it took me like 2 days to actually process what happened. I think just after those couple days celebrating and just having fun with these guys one last time, I think that's when it kind of hit me like this is the last time I'll ever be able to play with them again. And I mean, it was sad, but not many teams get to end their high school career with a win. So the fact that we were able to end and win is special, and to do it with this group makes it even better.
Yeah, I'd say one of my thoughts after ending it was like, finally I can stop playing. I get to cheer on the Glenbard West boys baseball team,
Yes, sir, Renfro. Yes, sir.
I haven't been to a game yet. I'm sorry, but I will make one, Moody. I promise.
We've had 2 games. You're fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I think the only person on this podcast that has gone to baseball game is me. So, yeah, I mean, I saw Andrew Moody on the bump in the first inning. I think I'm his good luck charm. I think things went downhill after I left.
That second inning didn't go great, but that first inning, though, when Caden was there watching, it
Yeah,
was like when
kneeling.
Ryan was at the. It was like when Ryan was at the free throw line.
Yeah,
and
I was
like
just about to say that.
Go ahead, you say it then, Renfro.
I was just about to say, like, when I'm out there, I feel like when Moody's pitching, every single pitch, I'm going to yell, I love Andrew Moody. Just every single pitch, Hopefully he stays focused, but, yeah, be prepared.
Jack, what was your when did it hit you that it's finally over? And what was your favorite like moments of like all of us out on the court after the game? You guys, the media, just watch you guys just in utter happiness, just just being on the court and enjoying yourselves as you guys were a team one last time.
For me, I remember before we got on the bus to go to the hotel, all the parents were in the hotel lobby. They were taking videos and cheering us on walking onto the bus. But I remember talking to Mrs. Huff, Braden's mom. I remember saying something like, I can't believe this is the last time or something. And then Mrs. Huff was like, don't think about that. Like, just go out there and play and think about it after. But I think subbing out for the last time and hugging everybody was when it hit me for sure. That's when emotions got to me. And but like Braden said, not many teams get to go out on a win. So we won in a special way, and I wouldn't have changed anything for sure.
Yeah, and obviously as I pulled out my piece of net here that Coach O so graciously gave me, I really appreciate you guys. You guys have really helped me helped me in the media, just being able to cover some of my best friends, and it's really been awesome. And just like one thing I want to just kind of like end this episode on and end this podcast is what did BK32 mean to this team and mean to this squad?
Yeah, I think it was just a big motivational factor for all of us. I think just carrying on his legacy was our biggest, we felt it was our job to do so. And I think that we did a great job of that. But he had dreams and aspirations to play at the next level. So I think it was our duty to kind of fulfill his dreams in a way.
Yeah, Brennan was a friend of ours throughout our childhood years, and we were lucky enough to play many basketball games with him, and I wish we could have played more, but so just having that jersey on the bench and being able to touch it before each and every game and remind ourselves what we're playing for and that there's a bigger meaning to all this was really big for us. And I think it brought us together even more as a team. And yeah, just knowing we were able to carry out what he would have wanted is I think really special. And important for this group.
I would say what made us so special wasn't how we shared the ball or how unselfish all of us were and like how much effort and work we put in together. I thought us playing for something bigger than basketball, playing for BK32 is just super special for us. And like Caden said, it just brought us closer together and gave us more motivation for sure. And, just touching his jersey and having his number on all of our merchandise was just super special to all of us and something that we can always hold on to, which was perfect for us.
It was cool getting to play for him. And I mean, he was once here with us. So I mean, just to carry on that legacy, like Braden said, that was really cool.
So I lied to you guys. I got one final question to end the podcast with. What do you want your guys' legacy to be at Glenbard West? What do you want this team to be known for going out? And then what's next for you guys? What are you guys doing now that Glenbard West is over and doing on next year?
Can I start this one?
Yeah, go ahead, Renfro.
I'd say for us, I kind of want to be remembered for just like the connection our group had. Most teams and most players these days are always trying to, get out and move on if they're not really happy with their situation and like their coaching staff or, but we never really had issues like that. And everyone stayed together knowing we could do something like this. And if we worked hard, and I'd say that just is something that more teams should start to embrace for their players. Like it's better accomplished if they're starting, and I think teams would have a better chance at making it further if they did. But I'd also say, just the special connection we had.
I think what I want our team to be remembered for is just how the community, or how much I think our team brought together the community, and so many little kids. And I think
all those autographs you guys had to sign.
Yeah, I mean, it's the very least we could do for all the support we had from all the fans. And I think it was super special to see just the little kids and their parents come out to every game. And so just being able to interact with them on the court or off the court, signing autographs, taking pictures, whatever it may be, I think that's what I would most want to be remembered for, is just how I hope we made other people's lives better throughout this season.
Personally, I think what I hope this group is remembered for is just the fact that we were so close both on and off the court, and we just grew up loving the sport, and we were also invested in the game, but also invested in each other and what we do. And although we poke fun at each other and at times get on each other, we all love each other and truly care about each other. And I think the connection we made over not just these 2 years or 4 years or whatever, but over our lives has been, I think that's the most important thing and the coolest thing about this team.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with everybody. I'd say, playing something bigger, playing for BK32 and us being such a close group of kids growing up in the same, town, just shows like if you all buy in and put in the work, then you can accomplish anything. So, just stuff like that for sure.
Thank you guys for coming on. Caden, good luck at Princeton. Ryan, good luck at Army West Point. Braden, good luck.
I cut you off and say one more thing too.
Yeah, go ahead, Renfro.
I mean, you talked about us a lot, and I mean, one thing that went unnoticed was just like how hard you worked yourself, Moody, this year. And I think, I mean, you grew an insane following. You got this little series on Slow Shade now, and I mean, yeah, I got to put that hard. But I mean, the fact that you have put yourself up in so many situations. You said thank you for the all the help, but I mean, you set that up yourself. Like some of these connections you made with different media guys. I mean, it's cool to see you like just working so hard right now, and I'm super proud of you. So, I mean, that's all I wanted to say.
And thank you so
Moody,
much.
you're the GOAT, man. Yeah.
I appreciate
As possible.
I appreciate it. And Braden, Gonzaga, of course. Jack's a mystery. We'll find out. TBD.
Crystal ball. What's the crystal ball?
I don't know.
Braden's the crystal ball master. He guessed 6 out of 6
I'm
culinary
calling it.
people in
You
our
did.
culinary correct.
You didn't guess me.
I'm calling it. It's gonna be if he gets in Clemson, if not Purdue. I'm calling it right now. You heard it here on Zoomer Sports. It's documented.
Wow.
Boom.
Wow.
Think he's
Boom.
gonna pass up on the diner, the DM.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not.
I'm visiting there.
West Coast Conference.
I'm visiting there after spring break. It'll be a buzzer beater decision.
Wow.
But I don't know.
I'll be down to
If Braden's crystal ball is correct, might have to give him $1 or $2.
Jack is no pressure. I'm sure once it comes to the wire, he'll be able to clutch up. So
once again, thank you guys for coming on the podcast. Thank you guys for listening. I'll link all their socials in here, but I think I'll finish the podcast with just like some videos and photos, like best moments of your guys' season, which will of course include me scoring a layup on Braden down in Champaign.
Ooh.
Do I include him dunking on me though in gym?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
That was-
Yes.
I don't know why you let
All right. Thank you guys for coming on. Make sure you guys follow the Instagram, Twitter, subscribe to YouTube. Follow these guys too. Braden's almost at 10K. He's going to get verified soon, but I appreciate you guys coming on.
Thank you for having us, Moody.
Thanks for having us.
Pretty dope.
All right.
All right.
Love you guys.
Love you, Moody.
Love you, Moody.
Love you, Moody.
Bye, Moody.
Bye, Caden. Bye, Jack.
Bye, Moody.
One last thing before I wrap up the podcast, I just want to say thank you to everyone who supported and helped grow Zoomer this season. Starting off with our Glenbard West Athletic Director, Mr. Kane. He's been so helpful this season, along with Dr. Monahan, Mr. Baker, Kamish, Coach O, of course, and then the team. Got to thank them for letting me come on this journey with them. Braden, Renfro, Paxton, Bobby, Caden, Jack, Andrew, just the whole team. They were so awesome. The media, Derek Eccles of Slow Shay. He helped me. We have a segment with him. I got to thank him so much. Braden Schmidt has been awesome, showing me the ropes of the media. Python Media has been amazing. Chris Desmond is one of my photographers for Zoomer Sports. I can't thank him enough for the work he's done. Ava Hartzell has worked hard. She's a former West student. Ryan Stefan and Al, who I'm working on the Glenbard West documentary with. And then, of course, Matt Sherman of Sports Center Next and Paragon Marketing, who helped me get that experience at Sierra Canyon. So I just want to thank them so much. I actually carried it. I was like, oh. No, I'm dropping on your way.